Hello, beautiful, amazing people from Bikini Bottom. It's Gabriela from the sea, and ignore my husband, he's playing PUBG. I'm sorry. Anyway, been shooting at weird places lately because my room is not set up yet, but today I'm gonna unbox and review the neon pigment eyeshadows from the Glamierre brand. So I ordered it, it came in this pink bubble wrap envelope, very cute. Okay, so I ordered the eyeshadows on April 28th. I received them on June 5th. One thing that I will say is that their customer service sucks, because I moved apartments and I got the email saying that I received the item on June 5th, and so my ex-landlord has been receiving my mail for me. I've been asking her if she's received anything, and she said she didn't, although I got the email. And so I sent him a message to customer service asking, saying like, hey, I haven't received my package, where is it, and blah blah blah. And they didn't even respond to me. But then after, it turns out that I did receive it, and I think that my ex-landlord just didn't check the mail. But anyway, I just brought that up because if you email their customer service mail, they don't reply. So I guess if you're fucked, you're fucked. And they don't have a phone number that you can call, they only have the email, and they don't even reply to their emails. So that is something that I didn't like from this brand, so therefore I don't think I'll be ordering from it again. But without further ado, let's open it up and see what it looks like. So I ripped it open because I was curious. I wanted to see what the packaging was like. So this is the packaging. This is what it looks like. It's super cute. It has like a rainbow evening kind of vibe with the packaging, and the lettering is in gold. Very beautiful packaging. It says Glamiere, and underneath says Neon Pigments. Underneath you can see the names of the shades. So I got a package that was, so in here I got 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10 shadows. Okay, each shadow here says 24 months of shelf life, which means 2 years. Ingredients: talc, silica, mica. This is kind of sad because I don't like eyeshadows that have mica, because it normally means that they're linked with child labor. However, I don't know if this brand uses synthetic mica or something, but that is something to be aware about. And I guess I didn't read the ingredients before I bought this, but I guess that's too bad, too sad, because I bought it already. So on each of these shadows you get, well, it doesn't say, maybe it says on the jar. So let's open it up. This one is the shade Electra, so let's just see. Oh, I don't want to break the box. Oh, so you open it up, the shade name is also underneath with a sticker. This is a really nice purple shade, very beautiful. So let's open it up. Oh my god, it's stunning. Just look at that. Let's please do a swatch. So I'm taking one finger, dabbing it a little bit. Let's see it. The pigment is there, definitely, but you definitely need like a base or something for it to hold. But So far the pigment is beautiful and I like it. So just look at this purple from here, it looks crazy. Anyway, so I looked at the website. It says that each shadow contains 8 ounces, which sounds like quite a bit. I saw the size and I was kind of like, I felt robbed. But when I read that it had 8 ounces, I was like, that's actually quite a lot. And I don't really use these colors that much, so it's gonna last me quite some time. I'll be looking at how it blends, how it applies, and I guess the fallout and stuff, and the pigmentation. So I'm gonna do something that kind of matches my sweater that I'm wearing. So I'm just gonna open up. These boxes are just a pain in the freaking ass. So I'm just kind of opening everything to see what is gonna match my sweater best. So there you have it. These are the colors that you get when you buy the 10 shadow package. I will say that I feel like these two colors right here and these two colors right here are like pretty much almost the same. Even in the camera here, it looks almost the same. The difference is that this one is a little bit more reddish. It's kind of like a almost candy cane reddish color. And this one is kind of more like a neon pink, and this one is kind of like a hot pink. I think it would be cool if one of the oranges was replaced by like a yellow mustard color, because there's this neon yellow and this neon orange color. And there's already 3 neon oranges, so it'd be nice if it would be like a mustard yellow. And then it would be nice if one of these pink ones was like a lilac color, or even like a periwinkle blue. Just okay, so first I'm gonna start with the NARS concealer. We're gonna lay down a base for the eyeshadow to go on top. Get a blending brush, swirl it around. Literally, if you don't put a primer or a base on your eyes for the eyeshadow, it's like, what are you doing with your life? And what are you doing with your time? Believe me, this one time I forgot to put on concealer on my eyelid to prep it, and the eyeshadow was like not blending at all, and I was like, what in the world is going on? Now that it looks like I have flour on my face, I'm gonna be right back. Okay, since the yellow from this shadow doesn't really match the yellow from my shirt, you can't really notice it that much, but I'm going to use this mustard yellow clay gel liner from Tarte, shade Goldilocks. And I'm going to use this orange color, Vitamin C, from the Glamierre shadow package. I am so excited for this color. So we're gonna take a blending brush. So first I'm starting with the color Vitamin C. It's literally like a pure orange. Like, it looks like pure vitamin C that goes into your lids. I'm joking, but it's legit. Like, look at that. I am amazed at how neon it is, and it matches perfectly with my sweater. It's so exciting. So just grab a blending brush and blend in circular motion. Well, this obviously has a lot of fallout because it's a mineral pigment. So I don't know, if you're a person that prefers to do the foundation first, which I'm not, I strongly suggest that you don't, because the fallout is very hard to control when the formula is already a powder. But look at that pigment. Just look at it. I love it. I'm obsessed. So every time you work with these shadows, it's important to put the lid on right after you're done using it, because if you don't, if you blow something and you accidentally blow the shadow, it's gonna get everywhere. I've done it, so just save your breath and your money. So now I'm going with the Goldilocks shade in the middle of the lid. This is gonna create a really nice base for this look. Sorry guys if I paint like with the mirror in front, is that I'm really blind and I don't have contact lenses and I need to see what I'm doing, you know? So for this instance, I'm using this eye brush that is going to be a flat-ended brush to pick up and apply the product. And then I'm using a fluffy, tiny brush that has a little bit more density than a blending brush, and I'm going to use that to blend it around. And that's how you, bit by bit, start blending your pigment. Can go back and forth between brushes because sometimes it helps when the brush has a pigment like the orange to help it blend. So it just takes time because this is not a neon pigment, so you have to build it up little by little when you use these normal colors. And I think that looks exquisite. It's kind of like a cut crease, but not really because we're kind of like blending it. We are having a little bit of a mango sunset sensation moment, and we want to make it nice and soft. Since the colors are a little bit insane at the moment. So now is the scary part. We are going to darken things a little bit. So in the outer corner here, sort of, I'm going to add a little bit of like a navy blue, which is what I'm wearing here, but I'm gonna mix it up a little bit with this Bora Bora blue from the palette. So I'm gonna put some, it's not really grabbing at all the color. So I'm just gonna grab a denser brush. Sometimes this happens, it's normal. Like when the shadow is not as pigmented, sometimes it struggles to grab and press onto the lid. If the lid already has product, you are gonna take a blending brush and you're gonna dip it a little bit into that Bora Bora so it's a little bit not so dark, and we're gonna soften that outer corner. So the product is not really, the Sephora shadow is not really applying at all, so that kind of sucks. But the pigment is not really applying also well either. I think using that Sephora shadow fucked it up. Sometimes this will happen. A lot of people will experience this, for example, using the Anastasia Subculture palette. So when this happens, what you gotta do is put on some concealer that will be kind of like resetting the skin, and the shadow will go on smoothly now. This will happen sometimes. Your eyeshadow gets fucked up and it doesn't want to cooperate. So what you do in this occasion is put on some concealer to remind it who's boss, because there's no way on earth that I'm restarting this look again. So take a clean brush and just blend that blue in. For the outer corner, I'm just going in circular motions and then going like in and out like this, swiping left and right to blend out and smoke out that edge. And that's how you get it all smoky looking. This is the hard thing about neon pigments, is that you don't know. Sometimes you gotta work it a little bit to get the results that you want. So basically the way I do my eyes, I do one eye different from the other. So I start in. Best advice is to not point the liner towards you, but do it sideways. Use the side of the liner to press against the eyelid, and that's how you make a line easier. Alright, you're gonna point and then drag outwards and flick at the end. That's how you get a pointy end on your liner. And then you connect everything. So for this instance, I'm doing a bold, thick liner because the liner is gonna have glitter on it and it's gonna be lit as hell. So you're just gonna, if you're doing a really big wing, just start small and then extend and extend until you have the desired angle. So you see how huge that is. I think it looks magnificent. So now we are going to put on some glitter. We're gonna grab a tiny brush, something flat and tiny, rounded edge and stiff, and you're gonna grab a glitter liner from Too Faced and you're gonna apply that all over the wing liner that you just drew on. This part takes a little bit just because the glitter takes some time to adhere to the wing. So once you've drawn on your desired wing liner and it's all filled in with black or whatever color you decide, you are gonna coat the wing liner with glitter glue. I use the one from Too Faced, and once everything is coated with the glitter glue, then you press on the glitter and it will create a glitter wing liner. So for this instance, I'm just using some blue glitter that I got from the dollar store. I'm thinking of doing yellow in the waterline, kind of to make things pop. So I'm using the same Tarte gel liner yellow that I used on my eyelid. So with this formula of clay, you have to put it on, wait for it to dry, and then apply another layer, and you build up the pigmentation. I know it looks like a mess right now, but we're gonna take wipes and clean off the edges here. So now I'm using Makeup Forever Sense Eyes to clean off the edges of makeup. I'm just dipping the Q-tip in the Sense Eyes bottle. So for the bottom part of the look, which is what's gonna be below the lower lash line, we are gonna apply some glitter glue. You can apply it with a blending brush or concealer brush, and it's gonna be the same Too Faced one we used before, and this is so the colors go really bold. And now we are using the Vitamin C color, which is the same orange we used on the upper lid, and we're gonna use that for the bottom part of our lashes, for our under eyes basically. So you're just gonna pack it on and then blend it with a blending brush. Okay, so I brought this kind of like chunky fluorescent duochrome glitter. I got this one from the dollar store. Dollar store is great for glitters and chunky glitters because honestly there's cosmetics that will charge you like 20 something, 30 something dollars a jar, and you can get it at the dollar store. So think about it. I'm putting this in my inner corner. This is gonna be quite the dramatic look. Like, this changes the whole look, and now I feel like I'm ready to go to the Rio Carnival. Like, I feel amazing, like a toucan, like, I don't know, I'm living my fantasy. So now to bring out my eyes a little bit even more, I am going to put some of the blue shadow on my lower lashes. So in this occasion, I am gonna do some blue mascara on my bottom lashes. Do I have blue mascara? No, I don't, but it doesn't stop me. So in this video, I made the mistake of using lip gloss on my lashes to apply the blue pigment on top. And you shouldn't do this because the gloss is gonna smear over time, which it does along the video. So best advice is use a liquid lipstick. It can be blue or it can be a brighter nude color, and then while it's still wet and tacky, you just brush on some of the pigment on your lashes, and that's how you make a colorful mascara. You're welcome. But yeah, as I said before, do not use lip gloss. Liquid lipstick is your best friend for this because it is gentler on your lashes than eyelash glue would be, and you can easily wipe it off with some oil makeup remover. So I will say that working with these eyeshadows is a complete mess. Like, the pigments get everywhere because they're in a powder formula, so it is quite messy. So if you're a person that doesn't like the mess, really, these shadows will definitely not be for you. So now I moved on to the eyebrows. I didn't really go into detail because I feel like each person does their eyebrows in their own unique way to suit their own unique face. There's tons of tutorials on YouTube, so I'm pretty sure you can find one. But anyway, I kind of drew in the shape of my eyebrow. I kind of did like an angular with the beginning of the brow arching downwards, and as it reaches the brow bone it goes higher, and I'm making this brow thinner than usual just because I don't want it to be so crazy, even though it's already insane. But anyway, once you have your eyebrow shape of desire, then you're gonna go in and define with, in this instance, I'm using the NARS Soft Matte Concealer, and I'm using the shade Honey Light 3. I'm using a tiny round brush, or you can use also a tiny angled brush, and just draw on concealer underneath your eyebrow. So you're gonna draw a really fine line of concealer. So this is gonna help separate your eyebrow from the eyeshadow and not make it so muddy looking. So once you've drawn on the concealer, then you're gonna go ahead and blend it a little bit with a tiny brush so it's crisp, but at the same time it's blended with the eyeshadow. Something that I do also is, once I have my concealer laid down and my brow laid down, I like to tweeze my brows because sometimes I feel like the eyebrow shape doesn't look totally clean, and it's just because sometimes we have some little hairs sticking outside of the shape that we drew on. So instead of tweezing before doing my makeup, I actually tweeze after, because that way you remove only the hairs that you need to remove at the time and you're not over tweezing your eyebrows. So to finish off the eyebrows and make them really perfect looking, I use for the upper part the Bye Bye Under Eye It Cosmetics concealer, and you basically do the same you did underneath. You draw a line on top to really crisp out the shape of the eyebrow and clean out the shape. For this, I like to use a rounded flat brush, just because I find it works the best for me, but any flat brush will do. Now it's time for lashes. Most colorful, bold looks will look disgusting before the lashes are put on. So a tip for your lashes to hold all day, all night, is to apply some lash glue on the lashes, and you're gonna do a thin layer. Do not put thick layer of glue because it's not gonna dry, and then it's gonna be so messy when you put it onto your eye because it's not gonna hold because it's not dry. So put on a thin layer of lash glue onto the lash, then you're gonna let it sit in the air for a moment, and while the lash glue on the lash is drying, you're gonna put lash glue onto the inner corner as if you were putting on liner, and you're putting some more lash glue on the outer corner as well. So that way the lash glue is gonna hold better because the lash glue from the lashes and the lash glue from your eyelid are adhering to each other. So that way you will never have your inner corners lifting in the middle of a party. Once you have applied the lash glue to your lid and onto the eyelash, then you're gonna take your tweezers and apply the middle part of the lash to the middle part of the lid. Once that part is pressed on, then you can take the tweezers and move and drag the inner corner of the lash towards your desired inner corner, and then you can place the outer corner. Then applying some mascara to blend your natural lashes with the falsies really helps blending everything together. And once you do that, you can press with your fingers the falsies with your natural lashes. Now I'm going back and reapplying the yellow clay tart liner once more, because as I said before, to build the pigmentation with this clay formula, you have to apply a layer, let it dry, and then reapply. And I'm throwing on top the neon yellow, and like, look at the difference. It's just like, hello. It's worth the money. I paid 78 Canadian dollars, so it was like 50 something US. This is clearly bringing my makeup level to another level. We are gonna throw on some foundation. I'm using the Peach Perfect Too Faced foundation. This is a medium buildable coverage. It's a comfort matte foundation, so it's kind of like a demi matte. It's not quite matte in my opinion. It is quite dewy actually, but it's kind of like a soft dewiness. I love this foundation because it makes my skin smell like peaches. I feel so cute. It's oil free. You get 14-hour wear. It's oil controlling and photo friendly. So that means that you get no flashback or no kind of like oily shininess all around. And I love this shade because it's kind of like a yellow, but it's kind of like a neutral yellow. It doesn't like make me look so not the same tone, and I like it because my skin still looks like skin, like it doesn't like completely cover everything up. It's not like super full coverage that you say, oh my god, it's very full coverage. No, this one, it's a medium buildable coverage, but I like it because it evens out your skin tone, like any discoloration or stuff like that. This foundation, it will be your best friend. So now I'm using the Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer just to lighten things up underneath the eyes a little bit. We are gonna finish our complexion. So actually, let's do some lipstick. So I would like to put on some gloss underneath because I'm gonna put on some blue liquid lipstick. This is gonna be from Too Faced. This is the shade Who's Zoomin' Who. That's the name of it. But it's literally like a navy blue. This is definitely kind of like a statement look. I am officially obsessed. I feel like the lipstick ties it more to the sweater, and this is getting just better and better for me. With this foundation, I don't really need setting powder because the foundation is really thin itself. And besides, I'm going to bed right after this, so I'm just gonna wash this off. So that's why I'm not gonna do the whole baking situation. But I am, however, gonna put some ultra finishing powder because it helps tie everything together. It blurs pores and provides your face with what would be sort of like a filter. So it's kind of like a blurring filter. Highly recommended for the after pictures. I'm using all the brown parts from the Anastasia contour kit and go in circles, up and down circles, up and down circles, up and down. Do a little bit on the forehead, just sideways. So buff up the forehead. Make it look like it's not so huge. I like to also put on some of my chin, on the front of my chin, because my chin is quite prominent and pointy, and so if I do this, it looks less big. So there you have it. That's why I contoured my face. Sorry guys, the lighting is bad. I started late, but at least you can see the details. It looks pretty good in my opinion. So now we are using the shade Dreamer from Anastasia, and we're using that as our gorgeous highlighter. The most gorgeous highlighter you can ever ask for because it's amazing. I like putting some on my nose because that's what life is about. Alright, and I think that is it. I kind of declared this look finished. So this is a close-up so you guys can see what it looks like. I hope you guys enjoy it. I certainly had a lot of fun. Now we're coming to the end of this review slash unboxing. So what is the verdict? So my verdict is, in my opinion, when you purchase a product, you should look at everything. You should look at the brand, you should look at the company, you should look at how the product works, the cost, everything. And you kind of come up with an evaluation of the worth of the product and whether you should buy it or not. In my opinion, I think it is worth the money that I paid for because you get 10 eyeshadows. That's pretty much a palette. A Natasha Denona palette would cost the same amount of money, and it's not even like pure mineral pigments, which these are. So that is something that you kind of have to evaluate on whether this is something that would be interesting for you, because if you wear it, this would be kind of like the looks that you would be creating, something bolder and louder. Definitely you're not gonna like finish this ever, I don't think, because these are unusual colors. So these colors, this package is essentially gonna last you a lifetime, in my opinion. Obviously you're not gonna keep them forever, but what I'm saying is you probably will lose it or spill it before you actually finish the product. How did it perform? In my opinion, it kind of performed how I expected it to, but at the same time I was kind of expecting something better, especially with the Pressed Pigment Pure Pigment formula. I really struggled with the patchiness. You kind of have to keep up reapplying the concealer over and over to have the colors blend, but in the end they blend, they apply fine. It's just something that you kind of have to work and take your time with. This takes a lot of time, it creates a lot of mess, you fall out in your face, it's insane. So these are kind of like the things that you have to evaluate. The company didn't respond to my customer service emails at all, and the package took 2 months to arrive. So at the same time I understand because of COVID and all of that. And so I give this product probably like an 8.5, and that is because the products work. They're definitely brighter than your regular shadow. The look is amazing, the price is good, you get a lot of product, and the overall thing is worth what it costs. So that is my review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I certainly did. Like, look at this. Isn't this so much fun? I feel like I could be a synchronized swimmer or something. But anyways, I hope you guys subscribe to my channel and tell me what other products you should want me to review next, and share this with your friends and family, and don't forget to show some love.